Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
All right, people. We are live. We are live, people. Back with another episode of Ringside Boxing Talk. Here with me, the Infinite Studio 9524. What's good, man?
Hey, man, I'm all good, man. How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm chilling. I'm chilling, man. We got a lot to talk about. A whole lot of boxing. You know what I'm saying, man? How you
Yes,
been,
sir.
bro?
Hey, man, I've been good. Training's going good. Life is good, man. Can't even complain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. You know how you feel when after a training session, man. You just feel great. You know?
The sun shines a little brighter. You don't even think about how bad the economy is. You know what I mean? Like, life is like so much better. Life is good, man. Life is good. Economy. You know what I mean?
Nah, nah, nah. Those are normal issues, bro. We don't need to worry about that, man.
Yeah, of course, man. Um,
But hey, man,
all right,
listen.
let's get into it.
The first topic, man. Artur, Beterbiev, and David
Hmm.
Benavidez are beef, saying that Benavidez was backing Artur for when Artur was calling David Benavidez, and David is saying that he wasn't ducking nothing, and he agreed to fight Arthur, but because of other priorities, he dug smoke with Arthur. But what do you think, man? What do you think? What was the key to this beef? What's even triggering this beef?
Hmm. Hey, man, I think I don't think Benavidez was jacking him. I think the problem was how quickly Artur agreed to the fight. I think that's what threw them off. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't agree straight away, right? So I'm thinking that's why.
Listen, I think David kind of said, I think David ducked, but not like he's scared. He's ducking in hopes to fight Arthur when he's a bit older. Because fighting Arthur right now is kind of suicidal. Let's
Yeah.
let's just be real. And the style, Arthur's a high pressure. He likes to go to the body. And he's very
Mhm.
accurate. David Benavidez, most of the time his hands are low. I don't know if you deeped it. Like most half of the time when he's in mid combination, and especially when he's like in the pocket, his hands are low. Not so now in the last fight we didn't see a lot of that, but it's still there. Like I still saw it in the last fight. Like I can still see like he has a lot of basic fundamental um bad habits. If you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, and
What you mean? But do you
yeah,
think,
yeah.
stylistically speaking, what do you think?
Yeah, stylistically speaking, it's a problem for David Benavidez. I feel like all styles have a matchup. David's style is someone who hits just as hard as he does and is just
Mhm.
on that gas tank as much as he is and is a much of a pressure fighter. David usually fights guys who are not quick on the feet, who are not who don't really possess enough power to hurt him. More or less, I think the last person that he fought that had that power was Yard. But the thing is that Yard doesn't have footwork going forward, and I don't think Yard can fight going forward. I feel like Arta can fight going forward. He has the aggressive footwork, and he's a beast of an athlete. What do you think, man?
Mhm.
That's just what I think.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, man. I'll have to. I don't know, man. I think Arthur is a little old now. Um, because what he's at 41 now. Yeah, it's just, this man is he's pretty old now. So
Yeah,
Does he beat Benavidez? I don't think so. I don't think at his age, I don't think he got it. Maybe like 2 years ago, because so many people are trying to age this man out. Like Bivol did the same thing. They were just trying to wait for him to turn 40. Um,
bro.
so see what they're trying to do, because Artur is a problem, dog. Yo,
Yeah,
that man is
bro.
genuinely a.
Bro, I'm convinced the second fight against Bevo, he won. I feel like they robbed him. I low key feel like watch that fight again. Hey, Lucy, watch that fight again.
I'll watch it again. I'll watch it again.
Watch it again. Easy, but someone
It's
like
been
he
months
beat.
since I watched.
Yeah, but like he beat um Dimitri the first time. I
Mhm.
feel like he beat him the second time, and like the fact that he's gone up against the likes of Dimitri, who I think is better than David Benavidez, stylistic. I don't think he'll have a problem fighting DB. David, like apparently
Okay.
it says here that the fight nearly materialized on a Saudi
Mhm.
Arabia card, but however
Yeah.
Benavidez' team cited a lack of communication from Beterbiev camp, opting the Anthony Yard instead of Artur. So he had the opportunity. He had it. This is what he's saying. He's saying it's a lack of miscommunication. How is it a lack of miscommunication you when he's been calling you out the whole time? There's no lack of communication. If someone's calling you out, his
Yeah.
intentions are there. Okay, we know that the promoters and the managers have to talk, but like, bro, fighter to fighter, bro, we make the arrangements to make the fight verbally
Mhm.
before the contract even happens. You
Yeah.
see,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't know, man. I just feel like the modern day boxers, they be blaming everything on their team instead of them just saying, "Yo, I want the fight." What you think?
Yeah, it's very. It's always gonna be a he said she said thing.
Mm,
Same thing with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. This went
mm.
on for like it's so long, right? They're fighting. I don't even think their fight is gonna. AJ is gonna lose his next fight. Something's gonna happen. Tyson Fury and AJ, I don't think they're gonna fight. Like this thing of trying to set up a fight with another fight, it always goes badly. So
It flops.
so we'll never, because one side is always going to say, yeah, they're not talking to us, and then the other side says the same thing. They're just trying to. Yeah, we'll just have to wait for the fights to actually materialize. You know what I mean? Until everything is signed, because Benavidez did say something, I think on Instagram or something. There was a whole thing about him saying that he wants the fight, and they accepted it, but nothing's been signed. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't hold my breath. I don't see them fighting, and I don't even think it's a good fight. Okay, it's gonna be a good fight, but I don't think Artur would. I don't know, man. I don't know. Artur's old, man. 41 against that monster, Benavidez, man. I don't know. Statistically speaking, yeah, maybe 5 years ago he would genuinely just wash this man, but now I don't know, man. I don't see him winning. I don't see him winning. He's slowed down. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. But I watched your with David and the last fight between Bivol and Otto, just to get like a good feel for what where they are. You know what I mean?
Mm. Okay, okay. Listen, I'm with Arthur if they ever fight, just based off his power and he's a dog. Like he's just as much of a dog as David. And David has never been put against adversity. Not most of his opponents don't even give him issues for him to come back from adversity. I feel like Arthur's that guy. Arthur's just that guy. And This is okay.
I think the
Okay.
closest thing you can think of is what's that guy's name? David Morrell. David Morrell. I think that was a bit more of a back and forth than we used to with David and both of them are David. But I think that was a really good fight actually. I think it was
Mm,
more of a back and forth.
mm.
That's the only opponent that actually kind of tested him. But that's the thing, right? We haven't seen that in such a long time. So I see what you mean. I see what you mean. It was
Yeah.
100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, okay, this fight from David, I saw him having better defense in terms of the shell. His shell is improving.
Mhm.
Um,
Nice.
it's a nice
That's
shell.
good, man.
But yeah.
His defense is so like underrated, and it's like, wow, he actually is pretty decent defense, and a
Mm,
pressure fighter with some such a nightmare. Like, oh, it's genuinely the worst. You know what I mean?
yeah. And
Oh,
I honestly feel like he ain't fought someone with Artur's power. Like I said, Artur also got basic good fundamentals. Has a great jab, has good
yes, yes.
combination punches. His positioning is if anything elite. Like I barely see Artur off balance with his punches, and he's not afraid to trade with David in the pocket. And bro, like I said, man, like Beterbiev is like he's 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 just a style that David has never seen before. Um, you gotta see I mean he's linked to Dimitri Bivol for the third fight, Noel McCallion for for a fight with Noel. But even his resume is impressive, man. This guy has fought some elite guys
Yes.
in his resume. Like his resume is not a joke. I would say his resume is better than DB. What you think?
Yeah, he has. I think I would argue that he was more uh, Triple G,
Yeah.
but they're pretty similar in a way. But we can use okay. I know boxing math isn't always it's never always accurate, but if we can compare the both performances against Yard, um, we can kind of see where how the fight would go. I think that's one of
Mm.
the common opponents. Um, I remember seeing the Yard fight. It was both times, man. They really both messed up Yard, but I remember Artur doing way more damage in his fight with Yard than Benavidez did. But then
Yeah,
again,
but
we'd have to.
the, the bro, the thing is about Yard is he's all offense and no defense. His defense ain't good enough. It's really not good enough. I mean, Yard don't move his head for jack shit. He's
Yeah.
always standing still, and he's just a target to be hit by these elite fighters who are just accurate. Like Yard was dropped by Beterbiev in the eighth round, and then his corner advised for the ref to stop the contest. You see
Mhm.
that sort of punishment is something that, in my opinion, I don't think David Benavidez wants to experience that sort of punishment. I know David dropped Yard in the seventh, but
Yeah.
Benavidez was deducted 2 points for hitting Yard whilst he was down. You understand what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
You
Mhm.
see, there's that lack of discipline in certain occasions. We know that he's been elbowing guys. We know that he tends to get carried away when he's in the pocket. And
True,
bro,
true,
you
true,
can't
true,
get
true.
carried away when you're fighting a guy like Artur. You have to be switched on. Have you ever had those spars where you're fighting someone where you
Mhm.
just can't you can't like be composed. You can't like you can't like you have to stay focused fighting this person because it's just keeping you on your toes.
Oh,
You've had those spars, bro.
yeah. And genuinely, those type of spars are like there's so much more draining. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have to stay focused the entire time. Like one little mess up, you know that you're getting cooked by something. So
Mm.
yeah, he's one of those people. I get that. I get that. That's very tiring. It's I can see how draining that is. And
Yeah.
like that's another type of pressure that drains people in the ring. You know what I mean?
And
No,
often the
you have
time,
to.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like you said, you have to stay focused. Now, does David Benavidez have that attention span? Because often the time he goes off his game plan. His coach will be telling him stay on the outside. But David is like he's a brawler. He wants to scrap sometimes. You see. Now, when you get sucked into that trap against someone who can punch like Artur, it's gonna spell some troubles. This is why I say this is why I like to break down fights like this, tactical,
Mhm.
technical,
Yeah,
analyze both sides' weaknesses because we both know that they're both good fighters. But it's like one has bad habits, the other one likes to capitalize on guys who have bad habits because Arthur is focused. He's one of those guys who are just focused the entire time. You never see him sleeping in a round. Never. He'll never take a
100%.
round off. Arthur never takes a round off, bro.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Like, damn. You see, when you start putting it that way, that when you start putting it technically that way, then it does make sense that this could be a closer fight. You know, because I was just sold on the
Mm.
whole thing that Artur is like he's like 41 now. You know what I mean? He's man, he's a little old. You know what I mean? So
Bro, but he's the
just
one that's calling out the young fighter. Okay, we know that he's old, but he's calling out the
yeah,
young fighter. There's like a part of him that's got the dog to say, listen, I don't care what age I am. I don't care if this guy is in his
yeah.
prime. I know I can beat him. And that's like that mentality gives me the old school mentality of boxing. You see, where no one was ducking no one. Everybody wanted to smoke with everyone because everyone wanted to prove that they were the best. Artur wants to prove that he's the best. You see, and David likes
Exactly.
to say that he's the best, but never be fighting anyone who can challenge him, possibly. Because if you're looking at David Benavidez's his resume, Caleb Plant and Anthony
Yeah.
Yard, I would say, are the only two that's like, wow. Everybody else, I don't know, I don't care. Let's just keep it real. He ain't fought anyone at the level of these guys. And then listen, the Anthony Yard one, that's Yard like who's been beaten up by Artur and other fighters. That's not the same Yard who's coming up. You see, Yard also learned boxing late. Let's not even forget that. But if you look at David Benavidez' like his resume, bro.
Okay, so you see, the thing is, yeah, about Yard, man. I remember like during the build up to the fight, people were saying that how much did the fight with Artur take out of him? I'm telling you, dog, that fight took off a few years of that man's life. I
Yeah,
it shaved for a few years, man.
yeah,
I
bro.
I don't think he came back the same.
Bro, I don't, bro. You Beaver had to take a year off to fight this guy a second time.
That's another thing. And he didn't
Bam.
take that much damage in that fight. You know, he didn't. I don't remember him getting. He did look uncomfortable, sure, but I don't think he was like genuinely hurt in that fight. Um, so yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. So I'm
Check,
looking at this man's resume here.
yeah, check that shit. That shit. That's you don't know half those men except for Caleb Plant and Anthony Yarn. Maybe there's some guy named Colum Walsh. I'm not sure. Some guy named Colum something. But everybody else is not a proven like top 5 fighter. You get what I'm saying? Ain't nobody there that's like that has a star power like Arthur, like a Canelo, like a Usyk. You check what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. You saying you don't know Ronald Governor? You don't know Ronald, my guy? Damn, you're a casual, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Genuinely trying to look and find some. is someone that it, I see what you mean. So we got Caleb Plants, David Morrell,
Mm,
and Anthony.
that's it.
Oof, 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 oof.
That's it. There's no one there that he fought that was on the same level as he was. Everybody that he fought, and the names we mentioned, Caleb
Mm-hmm.
Plant, unmotivated Caleb Plant, Anthony Yard, destroyed Anthony Yard from previous tough fights coming into a tougher fight with David Benavidez. You check what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's handpicking
I
his
think for
opponents.
Caleb too. Yeah.
Yeah, no, no. You were saying for Caleb?
Oh yeah, I'm saying Caleb Plant did come off. Okay, it wasn't right off of the loss to Canelo, but yeah, I see. No, no, you're right. You can go on.
Yeah. Okay. Caleb Plant, man. Fought David Benavidez in 2023, March 25th. His last fight before that,
Mm-hmm.
nah, was 2022, the 10th. The 10th is I think October last year versus Anthony Durrell. You see, in which he
Yeah,
won by decision. Um, no, no, he won by knockout. Sorry, yeah. Cool.
yeah,
But Anthony is a two-star tier fighter. He's not the Saul Alvarez. You see, and he didn't fight again after Anthony prior to David Benavidez. I don't think he prepared well for David Benavidez. I feel like he allowed his emotion to get the best of him
hmm
against David Benavidez. See,
yeah,
because they
yeah,
were
yeah.
really beefy. Nah, yeah, bro. Like I'm. When I see David Benavidez's resume, I'm not really impressed. Like I don't think that this title of him being the boogeyman, nah, I'm not feeling. He ain't the boogeyman. If you're the boogeyman, you would fight the best in your division. He's only fought two of the best, three of the best. But then you look at Artur, going two fights with a guy like Bivol, you know,
hmm
who else? Let me just check this man's record. Uh,
That it's genuinely stacked.
David is a goat. Yeah, hey, listen, David's a good fighter, bro. But he's not beaten a GOAT for me to consider him a GOAT. Anthony Yard and Caleb Plant are stars, but they're not GOATs of boxing. Canelo
Yeah,
Alvarez has beaten a GOAT like Triple G. Canelo Alvarez has competed with a GOAT like Floyd Mayweather. Canelo Alvarez has lost to a GOAT like Terence Crawford. You understand what I'm saying? Canelo
he only
doesn't duck
beat the goats.
anyone
Yeah.
who could potentially be a threat to him. David Benavidez, I feel like he'd be ducking people who he knows are a threat to him. But what you think, bro? What you think? Based off this resume we've been seeing here.
Ooh. This resume, dog, like going on a deep dive with it, man. I don't know. Like, oh, just on based on surface level now, um, I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's not. He's only fought like the only three notable fighters here are David Morrell, Anthony, and Caleb Plant. We can
Yeah.
say that uh, Ramirez, the guy that he fought recently, the guy
Mm,
he did move up in weight just to fight him, and that is something that we can look at that and say, okay, cool, he's moving up in weight against a guy that's never been stopped. But Ramirez wasn't really like a top fighter at that division. This man has been
mm,
ducking Jai Opportunity for like Lord knows how long. So
mm.
you see, that's another thing, right? So I'm saying it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
Bro, I'm
And
looking at
yeah,
I'm looking at Beterbiev's record. This man has had technical knockouts from 2013 all the way
hmm
till the Bivol fight, the first Bivol fight, he was winning by a technical knockout for a good
Mhm.
10 years of his career, fighting Callum Smith, Anthony Yard, Joe Smith Jr., um, Alexandra Kovicstak, Callum John. Like those are already five guys I've just mentioned now. Also, Raiko Sanders, who ain't too bad. Also, that's six. Six potential bad men that he's got on his resume, and it's like his trajectory is going up, where he's fighting more dangerous fighters as he goes up. I don't see that with David Benavidez. I don't. And if you
No,
were to
that's
watch
it.
that Bivol fight, the second one,
Mhm.
I'll tell you now. I'm gonna tell you, bro. He got robbed in that fight, low key. He low key got robbed.
Maybe I'm just a Bivol fan, but okay, I'll look at it again. I'll watch it again. I'm not
Go watch it
saying that
again.
it's an impossibility. I'm not. It was a very close fight. Um, okay, I can see that. I can see how you could
Bro,
say that. I can see how you
man,
could
he's
say
got 21 knockouts. 21
20.
knockouts
No,
in
20
20
knockouts.
fights.
Bro, it's so impressive, man. Oh.
Bruh, that's a real boogeyman, blood. That's a real boogeyman. Bro.
Wait, yeah, 95% now. Because he couldn't knock Bivol out, one of the most technically sound fighters of this generation. It's like,
Yeah,
okay, you know?
but he still beat him. He beat someone that Canelo can't beat. That speaks volumes. And bro,
Yeah.
okay, you are beat. Okay, this guy, Beterbiev, has beaten the guy who beat Canelo. And David Benavidez still also, we don't know whether he's darking Canelo or whether Canelo's darking him. But still, like you don't wanna fight Canelo who lost to Bivol. Bivol lost to the
Mhm.
guy that you're ducking. You see what I'm saying? It sounds sus. It sounds sus. It sounds as if my man is compensating and giving their excuses not to fight the real boogeyman of his division. Low key.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Low key. Low key, fam. He didn't even want to fight Bivol. How are you gonna duck
Mhm.
Canelo, Bivol, and Artur? Who are all in the they were all in the same weight class as you were. All of them. But you didn't want to say anything when they were there, when they were still in the weight class. Now you want to
Mhm.
move up to cruiserweight. You see what I'm saying? It don't make sense, bro. This guy, David Benavidez, has a team that has got good PR for him, or he's a very smart, strategic fighter who just doesn't want to fight guys who can potentially give him an O. Because I feel like he's one of those guys who are afraid to, who don't want to lose that O. He just doesn't want to lose that O.
I mean, most fighters are. So yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Mm, hmm. No, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. But looking at this now, it's a good move, I guess, because he's winning up there. But it's like at the same time, it's like,
Bro, why are you talking? Listen, um, Bivol
yeah.
and Beterbiev fought for the world light heavyweight for IBF, IBO, WC, WBC, and WBO. Those are all titles you wanted in your division,
Mhm.
but you couldn't get it because one of these two fighters had them. You had the chance to call out Bivol, you didn't. Had the chance to call out Beterbiev, you didn't. And now you're going to a new division. Bro, I don't know. I don't know. My man, it looks like the man's running. It looks like, but hey, you know, these things happen in boxing, bro. Like,
These things
do you
happen,
know,
man.
bro? This is
Huh?
why I believe what James Tony says when he says this new generation. is a bunch of pussies because they don't want to fight one another. I won't lie. Like he won't lie. He wasn't lying, pussy. Because now we have Shakur Stevenson not wanting to fight who? Devin Haney. Why?
Oh, I heard
Why all
about
of us?
that. I heard about that.
What you think about that? Before we go to the next topic, what you think about that possibly collapsing? That fight possibly collapsing?
Okay, okay. You know, I'm a Devin lover, man. That's my goat right there. Devin is my goat. Um, stylistically speaking, I'm trying to think if it would be a good fight with Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Um, with him moving up to, he's gonna move up to welterweight, or is it gonna be like, would they want to do a catchweight thing? Do you think? For both of them? Oh, let's see. Let me see. Is both of us? Oh, okay. Jab. Well, huh? Okay.
Did you turn off your audio? People can hear me.
Huh?
Did you turn off your audio? People can hear me.
There we go. We're back.
Yeah, we back. Sorry
Yes,
about that
sir.
shit.
Yeah, no worries, man. Okay, cool. So now
Fight
we're
doing
looking
this thing
at
again.
Kevin and Shakur, right? Let me hear your thoughts first, because I'm not gonna give a
Yeah.
bias because Kevin is one of my favorite fighters. So I'm not gonna give a bias, an unbiased take. So I think you should get started right there, man.
Listen. Um. This fight should happen. We need to see this fight. Um. For the hardcores. For the hardcores, this is a
Mm.
fight we need to see.
Yes.
For the casuals, they will hate this fight. They will
Right.
seriously hate this fight, and I don't blame them because you know they want to see blood. They want to see a blood sport. They want to see a gruesome
Yeah.
fight. And if this fight does happen,
Mm.
I've got Devin Haney winning simply because Devin is more aggressive on the front foot. He's a better fighter moving forward. Um, I feel like Shakur being too defensive and not having that killer instinct to finish fights is what's gonna potentially make Shakur lose this fight.
Okay.
Because the
Okay.
man, the man doesn't take enough risks for me to see him knock out Devin Haney. The man doesn't take enough risks for me to see him even win by decision. Maybe if he figures out a way to keep his head moving whilst fighting forward, which is something he's still yet to master, maybe he has a
Mm.
chance. But the fact that the fight might not happen because so and so forth is in a certain weight class and he doesn't want to go up because that's the champion, you see,
Mm.
it's like a whole bunch of politics not making the fight happen. What about you? How do you feel about it?
Looking at it, it'll be a very close fight, a beautiful chess match. You know, technical, technical. But I got Devin winning by decision, and I don't think I don't think the call is defensively unsound enough for Devin to be able to knock him out. Okay, knock him down. 'Cause let's be honest here, Devin hasn't had This man hasn't had a KO since 2018. So it's like, my goat. But I'm looking at this now. I think, yeah, man, I think he wins by decision, man, using that jab, pressuring him. I think he got it, man. But the thing is, I think, because I did ask you about like the weight, is Shakur going to go up from super weight to welterweight, or is Devin going to drop down? You see, I don't see Devin dropping down. I think he's pretty good at the weight. His power went up. I think he's actually really good at that weight, right? So I don't see him going back. I don't see him going down to super lightweight. Uh, yeah, but I think I got Devin winning by decision on that fight,
Yeah,
because he hasn't shown to take risks in fights. Um, yeah, if he does fight more on the front foot, right, I would say yeah, it will be a much closer fight then. But I don't think Devin is defensively unsound enough to get caught by Shakur. Now, okay, now when we're talking about the Ryan Garcia fight, that was different. He was trying. That wasn't Devin. That's not the Devin I know. You know,
mm-mm,
that
mm-mm.
wasn't his fighting style. It
He was
wasn't. It was
trying.
trying to knock the moves. You know,
Yeah,
just like
he was trying to make it a slugfest when he's not that fighter.
exactly.
He's not a slugger. The man is a
That,
point fighter. When he comes
mhm.
inside
Yeah,
the close range, he's in and out. Like that's the fight. That's the fighting he fights. He
mhm.
reminds me of um welterweight Floyd Mayweather. That's what he reminds me of. A little bit of glimpses to welterweight Floyd Mayweather. He's
I can
not
see that.
as ruthless as lightweight Floyd Mayweather or featherweight Floyd Mayweather, like Pretty Boy Floyd. Ain't nobody gonna be ruthless
Pretty
as
Boy
Pretty Boy
Floyd was
Floyd.
a different monster, boy. Oh,
The way that guy was stopping fights. Devin and Shakur don't have that in their bag. I'm sorry, they don't have that in their bag. They don't have that capability to stop a fight like that.
bro, and people keep comparing Shakur and Pretty Boy Floyd. Those are two different fighters. Like I remember, I was watching a lot of Pretty Boy Floyd when he was fighting. What's that guy's name? Gotti. Um, so many of those fights back then, Floyd was a different monster. I don't know who kept saying that this man and Shakur are like the same after the Tio fights. I'm like, no, no, maybe Money Floyd. Yeah, I could say that, but even Money Floyd was a lot more aggressive and like he
Yeah.
wasn't as offensive as Shakur was. So I'm like,
Mm.
those are two
Look at
different fighters. You can't make that comparison. Nah.
bro. Like Floyd wasn't afraid to go up to fight the champion up. Shakur doesn't want to go
Mhm.
up. He wants everybody to fight where he's fighting. That makes no sense. And then he says that he's fighting for his legacy. He's fighting to be remembered. He's the face of boxing. You can't be the face of boxing if you don't finish fights and if you don't go up to challenge someone and get their belt. Right?
Okay, okay, that's fine.
Like you
That's
see what
fine.
I'm saying? Like, okay, the thing is
Yeah.
about Floyd, man. Floyd
Uh,
against like black boxers, that man struggled. I wouldn't lie. Against Zeb Judah, um, why you showing me that face? Why you showing me that?
no, 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 I'm listening to you. I'm listening to your take. Go on, man.
Jay, against Zeb Judah, Shane
Yeah,
Mosley, he got
yeah.
rocked. Man. He got rocked, and like he was losing a few rounds against those guys because black fighters are more athletic. They're more faster, they're more powerful. And listen, let's just keep it real, man. Black fighters are some of the best of all time. If you look at Jack Johnson, Terrence Crawford, Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, the list goes
Yeah.
on. Now, when Floyd was calling out the Mexicans and calling out the Irishman and Ricky Hatton, he knew that he could beat them because what's one thing that other races don't have on black fighters: the athleticism, the quick feet,
Mhm.
the chin, and the power. We know that Mexicans don't have the same chin as black fighters. We know that some white fighters don't have the same power as some black fighters. You understand what I'm saying? So Floyd could like that. That was how he was finessing the system. He was like, I'm gonna fight Mexican fighters, and then the black fighters I do fight, they're gonna be my friends. Because have you noticed that most of the black fighters he fought were his friends? You see, now Shakur understands that sort of blueprint. So that's why he's like picking and choosing, fighting Tio instead of fighting Devin. You see, fighting
Mhm.
Oaks like these Latin guys like Giovanni Dos Santos instead of fighting Tank when Tank was calling him out. You see what I'm saying? And like he's using
I feel
Tank's name,
both to each other too, but another conversation. But yeah.
bro. You see, Shakur thinks that he's Floyd Mayweather, handpicking all these fights, but he's not done anything besides beat Teofimo Lopez. That's it. That is it, bro.
Okay, let's calm down now. Let me defend Shakur here. This man has. Let me defend him here. Hold on. Let me pull up this man's resume here. Uh, okay. Look. I okay. I see what you mean, but still, man, Shakur's resume isn't that. It's not that good, but he's still a superb fighter. I think he's still one of the best fighters of this generation. But I think it's just the politics goes. It's just the politics that go with the sport of boxing in terms of fighters and having them fight each other, like the best of the best fighting the best of the best. So I don't want to put it all on him. It's like there's just so much that goes into like promotions. So it's not even like only the best fighters will choose and be like, okay, cool. I want to be fighting this person or that person. I think there's just still so much that goes into that. You know what I mean?
I get you, bro.
Yeah.
100%. I get you. But fighters have been backing each other for years. Like we know this. Mike McCallum, you know Mike McCallum,
My goat, yes.
bro. The man
Mhm.
was complaining in one interview saying that Marvin Hagler, Ray,
Mhm.
Roberto
Mhm.
Duran,
Mhm.
and he was saying like, listen, what they're doing is what Shakur's doing. They're handpicking guys they know are not gonna give them threats, and they know they can beat because of athleticism, power, in terms of boxing attributes. What Mike McCollum said was very wise and very like intriguing because this is Mike McCollum, the actually. Understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
The man had a rip. And
Mhm.
what I respect about James Tony is that he fought him twice, blood, twice. In an era where Duran, Ray Leonard, and Marvin Hagler avoided him. That speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. So now
And the
why can't Shakur do, bro? Why can't Shakur be like James Tony? Because he has the option. You're saying it's based off politics. I'm saying it's choice. You have the decision to fight this guy, but you just don't want to because you don't want to owe. You don't want to lose the owe. And who do I blame for that? I blame Floyd Mayweather because Mayweather told these boxers, listen, if if the championships, it's all about the money. What do you mean if the championships, bro? That's what boxers are in for boxing, bro. You see, and
true.
that was him telling the boxers not to be ambitious, to just watch out about their undefeated record and not climb up the ladder. You see,
Yeah.
and like bro, like what Shakur said, saying that he's better than Sugar Ray Robinson, and Sugar Ray Robinson is trash. Like, bro, I don't respect that. I don't respect
Yeah.
that, bro. Sugar Ray Robinson, you're gonna
The
tell
goat.
me Sugar Ray is trash? No, I don't respect your fight IQ. I don't, bro. After that, you see, as much as I respect Shakur as a fighter, as his fight IQ, his fight philosophy. As a casual, no, as a purist, I love Shakur. I think he fights intelligently well. I fight like Shakur for sparring sessions because the way he just be like hitting you and then moving out the way, hitting you, moving out the way. I like how he fights, but I'm not gonna lie and sit here and say that this guy is a superstar. I'm not gonna sit here and say that this guy's not ducking or he doesn't he's avoiding smoke and stuff. Like, bro, if that's the case, fight Keyshawn Davis. If that's the case, fight fight Devin Haney, fight Ryan Garcia. Bro, he was Ryan after Ryan beat um who's that guy? After Ryan beat Mario Barrios.
Yeah, Mario
And then
Barnes.
after that he's quiet.
But you know who's funny enough? Now that you mentioned Ryan, who's this guy? Conor Ben is gonna fight him. So ah,
Bro, that's Zupa trying to money launder again, blood.
I swear, man, yo, Conor's getting washed out. Yes, like,
You know what doesn't fight, nah, is that it's not I just don't feel like it's a boxing fight. I feel like it's a UK versus America thing. I don't feel like I don't feel like purists don't want that fight. The casuals want that fight.
it's this name value thing. Oh, Conor Ben. What has that man
Bro,
done?
it's getting sickening.
And ever since he got caught for eating too many eggs, remember, too many eggs. I don't know how many eggs this man was eating. Man. I don't know what eggs he was eating, dog. Because ever since that time, dog, that man hasn't knocked anyone out since. Okay.
No, no one.
He did knock out Eubank Jr. Sure, but he was weight drained, my man. I don't know. Ryan is nobody wants to see this fight,
Bro. Okay, listen.
Yeah.
Why I don't want to see this fight is because these are two mid boxers fighting. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Bruce. Ryan is mid. I saw him beat Mario. No, chill. The man relies on that hook too much for me to consider him one of the top five in this era. I'm sorry. Ryan is good for the clout of boxing.
Yes. But he's not a mid fighter, dog. I would consider
Bro,
Conor
what do you mean?
above him. No, he's not a mid fighter, dog. Come on. Look. If you had a punch, right, and this was your best punch, dog, imagine you had a cross, and that cross knocked out like 90% of the fighters that you fought, right? Right? 90%.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you spam that shit? Bro?
Yeah.
If I had that shit, I would spam it. I would spam my ultimate every time. You see, that's the thing, right?
You lying.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna call cap, man. I'm gonna call cap. Listen, I know you. For as long as I've known you, you're smart enough to know that you can't rely on one trick pony for the rest of your career. You just can't.
You can't.
You are smart enough to know this, Bruce.
That's true. But I'm just saying, Ryan isn't okay. I would put Ryan as a B tier fighter. Close
I'll
to
say C.
C.
I'll say C.
is crazy, dog. Who else is in C?
Nah, C is not crazy. C is realistic, homie.
Okay,
Bro, look at his record. Look at his record. I guarantee you now. Half of these men them you don't know. Listen, if we're being real, man, if we're being legit real, man, I'll tell you this. Ryan was like super famous the moment Tank knocked him out. I'll tell you that. Like, he became more relevant when Tank knocked him out. And Tank showed us how to beat Ryan. Tank showed us. Tank parried that shit. He just parried Ryan's hook. He just parried that shit, took it away from him. That was all he did, bro. That was all he did, and that's why I feel like that's why I can't in the life of me mention Ryan Garcia as an elite or an A tier fighter. I can't. He's a one trick pony because if I take away that book, what else do you got? What else
He
do you
has a
got,
right
bro?
hand. We saw it with
Huh?
Mario, dog. He got knocked down with a right hand. He has a right hand, dog. It's like it's
Ah,
not
bro,
just
come
the
on. Mario Barrios. Are you seriously? Mario Barrios is like the lamest champion in modern boxing. This man is fighting Manny
ultimate.
Pacquiao, who's 40 something years old, like. He can't even beat Ocho at his age. Let's not talk about Mario Barrios, please. Listen, in that fight, Ryan showed us two things that he has a right hand and that he has a jab. But that jab was mid. Where was that jab his whole career? That jab is never, it's been non-existent. This is what I'm saying, bro. He switched up trainers, went back to training with his dad, training with Mario Barrios. And his dad implemented the jab back. He implemented the right punch. You see, his dad actually told him, "Listen, son, you ain't got you don't only have to rely on the left hook. You don't. You don't. Nah,
Okay,
man.
okay, I hear what you're saying, but putting him as a C tier, who else in the C tier if you're putting Ryan Garcia in C? Because
Huh?
now I just need to get a bearing here. Where would you put? Okay, where would you put Rolly Romero?
Bro, Rolly's trash. Like, I'm putting Rolly, see a tier fighter, the same with Ryan. And Ryan lost to Rolly. Ryan lost to Rolly, blood. Ah, come on. You can't tell me you rate this guy, blood. Nah, man.
Okay,
Two
okay,
losses. One of them is against an elite knockout artist like Tank.
true.
Fede. But Rolly Romero, losing to Rolly Romero. Ah, nah, bro. Nah, bro. I don't rate Rolly. I don't think anyone rates Rolly in terms of skill. In terms, like Rolly's good for boxing because he's a good trash talker. He knows how to sell fights. He's a good promoter. But Rolly's skill is mid. Let's just keep it real. His footwork is static. The man's footwork is horrendous. His head movement is a bit shady. And Rolly's chin is trash, bro, because the punch that Tank caught him with didn't even connect nicely. It scraped him. Like it was a check hook. How you get knocked out by a check hook by the man's weaker hand, like his
Okay, look,
footwork
look.
is trash, like he ran into that check hook, bro.
Exactly. That's how look. If I run into a punch, right, and you know this. If you run into a
I know.
punch, the damage gets multiplied. You know, it gets like tripled. Running into a punch versus like getting hit with it is two different things, and you know this. So I'm just saying, you have to cut Brody some slack, man. Look. I'm looking at his resume here. I can't defend this man too much. I can't defend him. But what I'm okay. So Rolly and Ryan are both in B, right? Where Devin Haney then?
Listen, Rolly and Ryan are C for me.
See, yeah.
Devin Haney, man,
Uh-huh.
is I would say B, but he can be an A if he beats someone that's just got a bigger name than he is. I just with Devin, man. Okay, fair enough. He beat Lomachenko, man. That's very controversial. Some people say Lomachenko won that. Cool.
I
Lost
can't
to
even
Ryan
defend
Garcia.
him. I'm not gonna lie.
Lost to Ryan Garcia, who was on
Uh-huh.
drugs. Your boy is a doper. I'm just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. Your boy lost to someone who was written out as a known contest. Ever since Lomachenko, yeah, we ain't seen anybody else. We ain't seen anybody else really that he's fought that can really tell me that he's an A level fighter. Beating Lomachenko, fair enough, cool. But you don't want to fight Tank when Tank was in your division.
Brian?
You
What
see,
about Brian? Brian
bro,
Norman Jr.?
Brian, his name is not big enough. Let's just keep it real, Goose. His name is not
True.
big enough. You only knew about Ryan after he knocked out that Asian man. That's the only time you knew about Ryan. That is, I won't lie. I only knew about Brian after he knocked out that Asian guy. I'm serious. I didn't. You did. I see your face, blood. You didn't
Funny
know
with the
Brian
humor.
Norman after he knocked out Jackie Chan. You didn't know him.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. You got me there. You
You see
got me
what I'm
there.
saying?
But come
David is
on,
another
man.
one who's, you see, he isn't. Listen, these guys are good fighters, Vus, but they ain't done enough for them to be considered A tier. Tank Davis is A tier. He has beaten everyone in his division who wanted to fight him. Lomachenko ducked him. Kurt ducked him. Haney ducked him. He went up to go to fight Barrios for the lightweight, super lightweight. He beat Barrios. You see, Tank has proven that he can show up in the big moments against adversity.
Nah,
You understand what I'm
nah,
saying? And Tank's
nah.
resume is better than all of these guys' resume. I'm just keeping it apart. The man
I'm
beat
gonna have to
Pitbull
stop you right
Cruz
there.
with one hand.
I'm
One
gonna have to
hand.
stop you right there, buddy. Tank does not have a better resume than Devin Haney. I will
Oh,
die on
okay.
this hill.
Okay.
The problem,
Okay. All
the
right.
problem is with Tank, right? There's always an asterisk with the people he fights. The weight clauses, the rehydration. There's always an asterisk, right? Always. Always. Name one fighter that Tank has beaten, right? Who is an elite fighter and was not weight trained.
All
One.
right, cool. Bro, listen, the weight drain thing is on the fighters. It's not on Tank. It's not on Tank. It's not. No, Pussy. Listen, if you fought someone who was weight draining, is that your problem?
No, but then
You
it's a
as
problem when you put if I'm the A side and I'm like, okay,
yeah.
let's say you're a super middleweight, right? And I'm like, you know what? If you want to fight me, you gotta come down to welterweight, and you can't put on more
Okay.
than two
Okay, I
kilograms
understand.
on
I
body.
get that. He's a cherry picker. I know that. He's a diva. I know he's a diva. I know.
Thank you,
But
thank you,
you
thank
can't say that his resume is not better than the other guys. He's not. Listen, okay,
you.
let me mention to you. If we're talking
Uh-huh.
about skill, okay, now Tank, um, Cristobal Cruz. No. Wait, hold on. Okay, Joe Pedraza. This is where he won his super featherweight title. Nah, he went
Okay.
up against Pedraza, being the second pick to win. He was against the odds in the bet slips. Floyd
Yeah.
didn't expect him to win. He beat Joe Pedraza. Nah, that's one. Liam Walsh, a prospect from Europe. He beat
Uh-huh.
that man, defended his title. Cool. Going
Sure.
up, cool. He had some beef problems with his with his girlfriends. We know this. We know Tank has got problems. We know this, but yes, another one. Gamboa, Uriokas Gamboa, someone who is an elite journeyman in the game. He beat that guy too, knocked him out. Knocked him out. Mario Barrios, another one. Leo Santa Cruz, another. These are names. Isaac Cruz, another one.
Okay. Yeah, Isaac, you got
Roland
Isaac. You got
Romero, another one. Luis Garcia, Ryan Garcia, Frank Martin.
Louis.
How many people do I have to mention?
Who is Louis Garcia? Who's that?
Listen.
I
Uh,
feel like you're a Tank fan, man. Let's just be honest here. Let's just be honest
no,
here,
it's
man.
not that I'm a Tank fan, man. I'm just keeping it real. His resume is better than most of these guys, bro. Joe Pedraza, Lewin Welsh, Rowley, Ryan, Mario, Frank.
You
That's
just
already
said
six
Rolly,
guys, man.
but I hear you, but you said Rolly's ass just now. So why are you putting Rolly up there? So it's like,
Bro, Rowley's a
ah.
name. What do you mean? Rowley's a name. Of course, he's ass,
Yeah,
but he's a big name in boxing.
true. But then, look, man, look. I would argue that Devin going up in weight. Yeah, he went up in weight to fight this Prograde, right? That was
Yeah,
it was more impressive. You know what I mean? He knocks him down in a weight class that he's debuting in. I would argue that Devin takes way more risks than Tank. You know what I'm saying? Brian
I
Norman
get that.
Jr., no
I
weight
get that.
class, nothing. He just went up there and beat him fair and square. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Come on, man. Come on. And even Gamboa was at that time. He's out of his prime. Didn't
Hey,
Devin Haney beat
bro,
him?
these are names. What you mean? These are names. These are big names. These are names that the casuals and the purists know. Devin has been fighting guys that only the casuals know. And like what? The purists don't even care about Brian Norman. The casuals do. You check what I'm saying? Purists don't care about Ryan Garcia. The casuals do. Purists don't care about Rolly Marrero. The casuals do, bro. Listen, in terms of casual boxing and star power, Tank has
Um,
he's surpassed all of them, bro. He's knocked out everyone he's fought except for Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach just drew to Pitbull Cruz, a man that Tank beat with one hand. One hand, by the way.
he barely
One.
won that fight. Let's be honest here. He barely won that fight. That was a
What
close
you
fight.
mean he barely won that fight, pussy?
It was a close fight. That's what I'm saying. It was close. It was a back and forth. He had one. Okay, now I feel like I'm hating. Okay. I hear what you're saying. I feel like I'm hating now. Um, arguably, I would say that Devin takes more risks than Tank. That's all I'm
I
saying.
I
Um,
too.
yeah, yeah, man. Because now I feel like I'm just hating on Tank. I'm not a Tank hater. Like I'm really not.
Nah, bro.
Um,
We're not. I'm not hating on any one of the guys you fuck with, also. But we just gotta keep it real. We gotta keep it real where real needs to be needed, was. But
yes,
moving on, lad. All right, we got Adrien Broner training Arman Takusin, Tsarukyan. Yeah, a
let's just
five
call this man
star.
Armin, man.
Yeah,
No, let's just call this man Armin, man. I tried to say that
yeah.
I ain't got
I'm
it. I
I'm
ain't got it.
I'm I'm too black for this surname. I can't pronounce this surname. I really can't.
Hey, dog,
Just
yo.
can't.
But yeah,
Okay, but it's good to see a former four division world champion training boxing to a UFC fighter. Like usually we see these guys beefing, UFC fighters. We usually see them beefing. We usually see them wanting to get exhibition fights. But this was a wholesome moment. Wouldn't you agree? Someone who's crashing out as an alcoholic, he must be. He's at least taking time to coach, and I think he's a good coach.
I
I
think so
think he's a
too.
good coach. What do you think?
Okay, okay. I don't know about good coach, but I can see he's a decent coach. Like I can see it. I think I was watching it and it was really good. Um, And one really good thing about Armin is he's very open to learning. You can tell this man actually respects what Adrian Broner is saying and all that stuff. So I'm like, damn, they were both
Mm,
actually the chemistry was good and all that. Yeah, I think it's good, man. I think
mm,
it's good. Giving him all the secrets and stuff like that. But then, as someone who has done MMA, right? How applicable do you think most of those lessons were to mixed martial arts? You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot that you can say that, cool, it would work in boxing very well, but then when you start moving to mixed martial arts, there are a lot more variables that you have to worry about, right? Like they were talking about how Adrian gets very close on his fight, on his opponents and stuff like that, and then Armin just said that, yeah, if you get that close, I'll just take you down. You know what I'm saying? So, from your perspective, with like experience in MMA, what do you think on that?
So, um, Adrian was like coaching Arman distance control. Yeah.
Mhm.
And you gotta I think boxers are more have mastered distance control better than MMA guys. Simply because they're using two vessels of their body. Now in MMA it's like you can do distance, but then it's like sometimes your head can be far away, but then your front leg is close enough to get kicked. You see, so a lot of MMA guys they don't understand distance. Um, in terms of like the whole body. You see, so like in MMA, when you're training boxing, you're training boxing with other MMA fighters. So they could be their specialist could be wrestling, but you're training boxing. You see, so now how do you learn boxing from a wrestler? And that's where MMA training kind of clashes because a lot of MMA guys, to improve their boxing, where do they go? They go to boxing gyms, train with actual boxers. And okay, sure, he says I'm gonna. There was a scene where he's like, I'll just tackle you and ground and pound. But then Adrien Broner, he's like, I'll just punch your head if you just come close. You see, and
That's a thing.
with wrestlers, they like to calm down. But now, when you come down, you're susceptible to what? A knee or an uppercut. You see? Now, the knee is not fast enough. It's not fast enough to catch someone who's trying to take you down. But the uppercut, which is a boxing technique, is something that also that you can stop someone from taking down. So now, if you have takedown defense, nah, as a boxer in MMA, you really are good. This is why I say boxing is like is the number one combat in all combats because even in a style like MMA where it's everything, excuse me, there's still too many openings that the boxer will see. You know, there's too many openings. Damn, we lost Wussy. Is he back? All right, cool. So this, yeah, boxers just have better IQ. They can see shots coming. And the thing is, MMA guys, they're thinking too much about MMA to the point where they forget about, hey, there's boxing in this element. So he could catch me for right hand or uppercut if he's a very good boxer. And yeah,
Yeah.
that's like as an MMA person, I always like watching boxers because the way they angle in and out, they pivot, the way they do those things, the movement is completely different from MMA. MMA guys, the way they move with the intention of using every body type. But like Ilie Topuria, Ilie will just move his hands. He'll just get out the way for a takedown, then connect you with the jab. You see, he's just using boxing to break you down, and he doesn't use kicks too much, not at all.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay. It's just
yeah,
interesting. I
bro.
think the with the mixture of them, I think it takes someone with like a good fight IQ to be able to blend them in well enough. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? It really does. Because yeah, man, it's like it.
Check.
It's such a different what's the thing? What's the word? Such a different field when you have to worry about someone fucking kicking your leg. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, yeah,
it just so much more variables to it. Um, that's what I think is pretty cool. You know, I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's
yeah, bro.
yeah,
Like
mixing
this
them.
collab is something combat sport needed because it showed that both crafts can learn from each other. You
Yeah,
know,
100%.
Arman was teaching him takedown techniques, kicks. You know, I know Adrian has never experienced that ever. Arman's saying vice versa. Adrian's telling him how to parry shots, how to keep a glass shell, you know, how to keep distance whilst using boxing. And Arman is smart because his next fight is going to be against Ilie Topuria, who's a dominant boxer in the MMA world.
Oh, it's
So
Ilya.
how do you Yeah. So how do you neutralize Ilya? You neutralize him through his boxing, through the one thing that he's comfortable with doing in MMA.
Mm,
Of course, he's
mm.
got grappling, judo, and kicks, but his main priority in a fight is to knock someone out. That's what he's been saying. So
Yeah,
Arman wants to make sure that his stand-up game is sound and that his IQ for boxing is good enough to compete with Ilya Topuria. Hence why I believe him collabing with Adrian Broner was a strategic thing. What do you think?
I think it was because when you look at Ilya's last fight, no, it wasn't the last one. When he fought Oliveira,
Mm,
he basically out grappled him. You know
yeah,
that's another thing. He just knocked him out. It's like yeah, sure, he did get him once or twice, but then he just got up and just knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? So I
exactly.
think So that's the thing. Like even with Max, when he fought Max, he just outstruck this man so easily, and I was like, wow, it's just the if you can neutralize what he's best at. So that's a thing with if you have a high enough IQ, you can neutralize someone. If you know that this person is very comfortable on the outside, if I know that, I will have to try to neutralize and take that away from you. You know, if you're on the inside, then I'll
Mm,
have to just keep you on the outside. You see, basically, just taking away what someone
mm,
is good at is such a high IQ thing
mm,
to do. So I can see it, man. It's a very
precisely.
good collab, though. That was actually very good. Yeah, but hey,
It's
Adrien was
epic.
drunk, man.
It's epic.
As usual, bro.
Man's always drunk, bro. If there's one thing you know about alcoholics, they're always drunk. Even when they don't seem like they're drunk, they're lit, bro.
But he was giving good advice. That's the cool thing. I'll be like, damn, yeah, I see that. I see that.
Yeah,
He was cooking though. He was
yeah,
cooking.
yeah. Yeah, you ever had those uncles who's just always drunk, but they just share you gems every time they see you?
Well, and like you have to think about it because at first you're like, this uncle's yapping again. Like, you know, this man's actually. When you
Nah,
sit back and
bro.
think about it, you're like, hold on, let this man cook.
Yeah.
He's onto something, dog. He's onto something. It's those old heads, man. But hey, man, we love to see it, man. We love to see AB.
Bro, we love to
Um,
see it.
we love to see it, man.
Okay, next topic, man. And this is like a very deep one, man. Should friends be expected to fight if they're competing in the same division?
Oof. Hey, man. It is kind of a deep question.
It's
Um,
deep, bro.
it's like, damn, man. I don't think.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you
Yeah,
something.
yeah, you go on. You start.
Okay.
Hmm.
I say yes, because it's fighting.
Sure.
Fighting is you have to fight who's next, especially if you're in the division. If your friend is above you or below you, you're gonna fight at some point. In some point in time, you're gonna fight. Nah?
Yeah.
Now, the debate is there's no friends in boxing, which I agree. Okay, if it's like deep and you're in the same division, there's no friends. Cool. You gotta check once or twice, but there is camaraderie. There is brotherhood in combat sport. We're not gonna sit here and say you can't be friends with someone who's in the same division as you. But you've got to understand that for you to be, if you're a good friend, you won't stop
Hmm.
your friend from trying to go above you because you guys are both essentially going for the same thing, the championship. But if
Yeah.
you're a bad friend, if you're someone who's sly, snaky, you are gonna say, "Nah, I don't want to fight you. We're friends." Which is what I feel like Shakur Stevenson is doing with Keyshawn Davis. He's stopping him from winning, fam. He's stopping him from succeeding all because we are friends. No, blood. In fighting, in combat sport, there is no
Hmm.
friends if you're in the same division. But there is camaraderie. There is respect. You see,
Yeah.
that's like what I'm trying to dissect this conversation because it's relating to Keyshawn and Shakur Stevenson's relationship.
Sure. Okay, man. Looking at it, I have a different perspective on it.
Talk to me.
I don't know, man. It's like, damn. I get so. I guess a part of me really gets sad, like when some of my friends coming down to like my weight. Apparently, bro, everyone wants to be a welterweight. Apparently, dog. It's like, why are you? This man is like 80 something. This man comes down to welterweight. I'm like, what are you doing here? It's like, dog,
It's
we
the
are in such
easiest.
two
It's the easiest way to cut down to. It's the easiest way, bro.
from like 80 something. You're trying to tell me
Bro,
that
it's
20
the
kilograms.
easiest way to go up in,
Uh-huh,
way
uh-huh.
to go down in. If it makes sense.
I hear what you're saying.
If it makes sense what I'm
And then
saying.
I start thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, should I be cutting down to what, lightweight or something? I'm not doing that shit. I'm not cutting down to lightweight.
Nah,
Nah.
nah.
I tried to once. I think it was my first fight. Yeah, it was my first fight. I tried to
Mm,
cut down to lightweight, dog. I couldn't lose the weight after like 2 weeks, and I was eating like one meal a day, dog, drinking almost no water. I was like, this is not for me, bro. My bone structure is not made for that shit. So I don't
yeah,
know,
you
man.
must have been moody as a mother.
What?
You were moody as hell, I'm sure.
I was no what? I wasn't moody, dog. I was so irritable, dog.
Bro.
No, I was so mad all the time because I like eating, dog. It's like no, I was so mad, dog, all the time. Yes, yes,
Mm,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's the thing, right? It's like if I'm good friends with you, dog. Sometimes I'm happy that we fight at very different weight classes, dog. There's no way I'm making heavyweights. I'm not making that shit. It's
I'm
good.
not making you go out to it either.
You see, that's good. But then at the same time, it's like I couldn't fight my friends because fighting is just so bro. So much goes into fighting. Um,
Yeah,
it's at the end of the day, man. It's a very dangerous thing. Number one, right? Um, I don't want to have the. Hey, man. Personally, I don't want to. I have I have remorse, not remorse, man, empathy, right? It's like, dog,
yeah.
I don't like hurting. I don't like hurting people. It's like if I'm fighting someone that I don't know, it's like yeah, I can cut myself off of the emotions of like I know you. You know what I mean? But then now it's like if I've known you for years and we've trained together and we're good friends, it's like it doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? So me personally,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to fight any of my friends, and especially considering the ramifications of what we're doing. Right? What if
Mm.
one punch? What if I give you CTE, dog? And you have to live with that, or like a certain injury that you're gonna have to live with for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? If
Mm.
it's someone else, it's a little bit separate. You know what I mean? But it's like if you're good friends, what if we don't? What if we're not friends anymore? Like it can change the dynamic of the relationship pretty easily. You know what I mean? I'm looking at this from an interpersonal thing with like the friendships that I've formed. You're looking at it from an ambition thing to say, cool, I want to do this. I want to go up and accomplish different things in my life, right? This is all assuming that we're not trying to snake each other and we're actually being genuine with each other, sure. But you bring up a good point. What if someone's trying to snake the other person? So that was a good point. I didn't think of that. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, man. So I don't know what you think. Like, you see, we're coming from two different perspectives, but at some point they do meet in a way. It's like, yeah,
Like, I think it's part of the game, you
true, true,
know.
true.
But like, it depends on the personality. My personality is
Mm,
I'm cool fighting my friend as long as we both know that it's not personal. It's just business. Like, I'm trying to do this, you're trying to do that, and
mm,
it can be done without any beats. Like we've seen from Floyd fighting Zeb, fighting Shane. Like those are his two friends. Those are
mm.
guys that he trained with. Those are guys
Yeah,
he came up with. You see.
yeah,
So and after that they were still in fact it made their friendship even stronger. You see, because
mm,
they went through something that could have broken them up, but it didn't. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
That's true.
it's 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 debatable. Heavy. It's big debatable, but it's like it depends on the personality. If you're a dick and you just wanna like bully everyone, including your friends, then I'll say okay, this is going a bit too far. You get what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
if you're someone who respects the crowd of going to battle, going to war, because that's what it is. What we do, we go to war, legit, and then you you both having a gentleman agreement of whatever happens, this doesn't destroy our friendship. It just makes us
Yeah.
stronger. Then it's cool. Because if you have that friendly, competitive nature like of the Vegeta and Goku, where you're just building each other up every time,
Yeah.
sky's the limit. Then it's possible, you know. Then
Yeah.
I can say it's possible. But
Okay, that's
sometimes, hey,
fair.
bro, I get you. Sometimes people take it too far. They really do.
Yeah. So it's like it depends on the person. It depends on the both of you. Um, I don't even think. Do you think that Shakur is trying to sneak him though? Like he's trying to do something sneakish? Because they're really close friends. You know what I'm saying?
He is.
But maybe I
Like,
don't know, man.
he is. Check, bro. You and me in the same division. We're both going to the welterweight title. Yeah. We both explained to each other that, cool, we're not going to fight each other. Cool. We both said that. Yeah. And we both agreed to it. But then if if you are the champion and we're in the same division and we're both agreeing not to fight one another, who's in the wrong? The champion. There's a little bit of I would say narcissism, because how can you tell your friend who wants to be champion not to fight you? He knows something.
Oh,
He knows, bro. Listen, me and you both spar every day in training. You know my weaknesses, I know your weaknesses. So that's why
yeah.
Shakur is saying, nah, I don't want to fight you. Because apart from everybody else, you're the one who can beat me because you know me personally and you know
Mm-hmm.
me stylistically. You see, so
Mm-hmm.
Kun knows Davis is a threat. He knows Keyshawn's a threat, but he's not being noble about it. He's being an asshole about it. He's saying, nah, bro, forget about the championships. Forget about these guys. Don't forget about people in our division. Go up. It doesn't make sense for him to go up, bro. His story is not the welterweight division. It was always the lightweight division. Now him going
Yeah.
up, wanting to fight Devin Haney, like, bro, it don't make sense, bro. Like that fight, I don't want to see that fight. I want to see Key versus Shakur. I wanted to see it when Kur was in lightweight, super lightweight. I wanted to see it even when he was at featherweight because they were both at featherweight. They both started together. So it
Yeah.
would have made sense. It would have made sense because Tank and Lamont Roach were friends and they fought one another. Like Tank legit said, listen, this is an outlet, this is a platform that I can give to my friend so the whole world can see. You see, it went the
Okay.
way
Yeah.
it went, and then Lamont Roach, happened to start beefing with Tank, but that's like the risks of fighting your homie. You don't know what will happen next. You see, because Roach sued Tank because Roach felt like Tank uh, was being was leaking out too much information where legally where they were signing a contract, a non-disclosure contract, he wasn't supposed to. But he was leaking out things that, listen, I did you a favor and now you're suing me. You see, I thought we were friends.
Yeah.
That's why I like it's a yes or no thing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
Hey,
So
man.
now,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, no, you're basically finishing up.
Oh no, I was gonna reference some peak uh in Hajime no Ippo, right? There are two
Yeah.
characters there.
Mm.
One of them is fighting at lightweight. No, no, yeah, he's fighting at lightweight, and his homie from the same gym is fighting at.
Mm.
This man is not supposed to be a junior lightweight. He's naturally a lightweight, right? Now, his whole arc in the story is about like how he's basically he's basically nerfing himself to stay a division lower than his friend because they want the same thing, right? And because of that, if he did go up in weight, to where he's naturally supposed to be, he'll be a world ranked fighter or close to world ranked, right? But he does that because of his friend. And I think it's pretty noble, but at the same time, it's like, it's not good in terms of like
Mm,
ambition and
mm.
that, it's like you want to achieve things in your life, right? But it's like,
You
it's a
see,
very sticky thing.
now coming back to our next topic, is boxing right to label
Mm.
Shakur and Keyshawn play brothers? Yes, because you're in a sport where confrontation is a thing. Like it's what makes the fight and it's what gets people invested in the fight, man. But now
Mhm.
you are playing. Oh no, he's my best friend. I promised his mom I'd never fight him. It's soft. I'm just gonna say it now. That's soft. It's soft behavior. If Zeb Judah and Floyd could fight as friends, Tank and Roach could fight as friends. You know what I'm saying? Like what in what world is it not okay for you guys to not fight? You see, like this is what ruins the sport, in my opinion. Because okay, the sport is hardcore. You need a mentality to be very hardcore. Of course,
Yes.
there's respect in terms of camaraderie and friendships, but it's a fight. It's the fighting business. Everybody's got to fight everybody.
Mhm.
You see, everybody's got
True.
to fight everybody. Low key. Okay, you saying nah to your friend is you not being ambitious enough to even take the fight. You saying nah
Mhm.
to your friend is you denying your own friend's ambition, which is sus. That's why I say Shakur knows what he's doing. He knows. He knows what he's doing, bro. I don't think he's dumb enough to not know what he's doing because he's playing friend with someone he knows can knock him out fully. I know for a fact he knows Keyshawn can knock him out because they would have had too many back and forths in sparring. They
Yeah.
would have, you know. What do you think?
Yeah, it's too. Yeah, especially like if you're sparring and you've been sparring, like I know you, I know your habits, I know what mistakes you make. What like
Yeah,
it's too. But that's why most of the time you shouldn't be fighting people in the same gym or someone that you spar with enough times. It's like if anyone can beat me, I know you can. You know what I mean? So
right.
yeah, I get.
Mm,
Yeah, man. But at the same time, it's like it's bound to happen. You know what I mean?
mm. It's just
Yeah.
one of those things. It's just one of those things in life that you can't help, and but you also can't stop. You see, it's just one of those things that it is what it is, especially in the business we're in. You know, it is what it is, low key. Like I know I'm not gonna see in a match, but it's this. There's a part of me is like I still have to see you in the sparring session. I still have to see you in the gym so that we can improve one another. Um,
Yeah.
we're not in the same division, so it doesn't count. But if we're in the same division, I would say, okay, cool. I'm gonna have to see you. There's no choice. It's destiny. It's like bound to happen, depending on
Yeah.
how serious I am in the sport.
Yeah.
You check.
It's like, yeah, you're gonna have to put your feelings aside at the end of the day. You
You
know?
see, you see. But your way
Unfortunately.
is also your way is also it makes sense. The moral way, the noble way, it makes sense because at the end of the day, somebody could die. Low key. If you hit someone so weirdly, you could die. He could hit you, if he hit you a certain way, you could die. You see? So hey man,
That's another thing. So it's like, yeah, it's very sticky, but hey,
you see? And you also gotta think about it, Roots. If we were in a different era, BC, after Christ, gladiator era, spears and axes, no referee. You understand what I'm saying? Fighting till the death type shit. That then we can say, all right, cool. All right, you can cook.
yeah, hey man, yeah, yeah.
All right. Coming to the last topic. Predictions for the White House call. What are your predictions, brother?
You take it away, but I'm a casual. All I know is I got okay. Well, let's say the main ones, right? And then we'll say what like the main event and all that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
so
So
so we got. I saw Ariel Hawani is fighting.
yeah, but he's in the prelims.
Oh, he's in the pre. Oh, okay, okay. Well, I don't know why that man looks like Ariel, but all right. So we got Michael Chandler versus Mauricio Ruffy. I don't know who that is. I don't
All
know who
right.
that is.
Okay. I'll say Ruffy is kind of like he's an elite striker in the division. He kind of fights like prime Conor McGregor. Um,
Oh,
Chandler was the guy that was supposed to fight McGregor. Um, but it's like Chandler's old. He's kind of like in his 30s, 40s. Rufy's in his prime, so Rufy's definitely gonna win that one. Like he's gonna, if not outstrike him or knock him out, probably in the second round because it's a three rounder.
oh, 3 rounds. Okay, okay,
Yeah, it's a
okay.
three rounder.
Wait, 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 wait. Okay, that's one prediction. Okay, we got it. We got it.
And then
Then we got the heavyweight bout. Josh Hawkins and Derek Lewis. What you saying?
that
What you saying?
that's a tricky one. Well, not a tricky, but it's
Mhm.
predictable. Like Josh is young, Derek is old. Derek is a knockout artist, but is kind of coming off two losses. Josh is a wrestler, not a very good boxer, not a very good striker, but he's on this card because his gimmick is very patriotic to America. I'll just keep it real. Josh is here because his gimmick is whatever it is. He's not here of skill. Josh is not a good. He's not a skillful fighter at all. Another thing,
Some like
yeah.
just skill, like
In terms of
skill level.
skill, yeah. In terms of skill, Derek outshines him and experience. But because Derek is older, I wouldn't be surprised him losing by decision. So I've got Josh by decision.
Okay, okay, that's fair. I can see that happening. I can see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got bantamweight. We got Sean O'Malley and yay, I cannot read that shit, bro.
Amen.
Yo,
Amen.
Amen Zahabi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can give
Um.
some insight on.
Okay, Sean. All right, you cook. You cook. Mm.
And not being able to knock him out, and maybe
Yeah. I
I don't
say.
see it.
I say.
What you say?
I say the same thing. I say the same thing because
Okay.
Sean's power has deteriorated from the last few years, and it's because he switched up trainers after he lost to Marab the first time. So he doesn't have natural power, as I would say. He's never had knockout power. He's just very good striker. He's
It's
very
very
accurate.
strong,
He's
very
very accurate.
accurate. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say he's a high volume puncher. I wouldn't say he's a power puncher. I think he lost that power the moment he switched coaches because his boxing regimen and his training changed. And right now he's not as ambitious as he once was before he became champion. So a part of me also a part of me wouldn't be surprised if he loses by decision because
Really?
he tends to get very complacent. There's sometimes you daydream in a fight, you know. you kind of like lose sense of focus. Your mind sort of drifts
Yeah.
away. His mind drifts away too much. Like he's never that focus we're talking about. He doesn't remain focused the whole round. He sometimes gets distracted very easily.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
That's
I got O'Malley by
all right. All right. All right. But there's still room for A-Man to win here
by decision.
by. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. And then we got the GOAT, Alex versus Cyril. What you say? What you say?
This is a tricky fight, and I know because Pereira's there, people think Pereira's gonna win because it's Pereira, but people need to understand this is Pereira's first heavyweight bout, coming from
Mm.
fighting light heavyweight and middleweight. Heavyweight
Yeah.
is his
Yeah.
walking around weight. Like when he walks around, he's a heavyweight. Man. So it's his natural weight. He didn't struggle making the weight, but it's the speed and the the I would say the not the dehydration, it's the speed that really is my biggest concern because Cyril is has been fighting heavyweight his whole entire career. So he's adapted to
Yeah.
fighting at that pace. Pereira is very um he's very like explosive. You see,
Mm.
he's got quick twitch muscles in his like in his whole system. His whole system of fighting is explosiveness, and his speed in the lower divisions was very good. And because he was a natural heavyweight, his power was superior to those in the lower divisions. Now against Cyril Gane,
Yeah.
who has fought John Jones, uh, Stipe Miocic, he has fought. He just fought Tom Aspinall. He's fought a lot of guys. He's fought Francis Ngannou, so he knows how to adjust to big guys like Pereira. And Cyril's got dope head movement. Like his head movement is like of a boxer. It's not like an MMA fighter. So it's very hard to catch clean. And Pereira, being that his speed is now lower because he's not fighting at lower divisions, his power is gonna be there, but it's just a case of will he catch Cyril? That's it. Will he catch Cyril? Because Cyril's
So it's
very
like,
evasive. And I think Cyril's faster than Pereira in this weight division. So in this fight, I'll give it to Pereira by decision. Yeah, I'll give it to Pereira by decision. I don't think Pereira knocks out Cyril Gane.
yeah, exactly. I don't see that happening.
Mm-mm.
But I think, yeah, I agree with you. Either, yeah, I see that. I see that. I see that. Yeah. So now the main event, man. We got give my unbiased here. I got Justin.
You're not the first person to
I'm
say
telling
this.
you,
I'm not saying. You're not the first person to say this.
I got this man by Rolling Thunder, bro. He is going to land. When was the last time you saw a Rolling Thunder knockout? Huh?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Exactly. It's been. I'm telling you, he's gonna win in the goofiest way ever. Trust me, bro. Okay, I'm not gonna bet too much on this man. Oh, that's not. But since you know what I'm saying, people have been
Yeah,
getting upset at here and there. Like name, I don't know. Him on one leg. Um,
yeah.
we got we got Justin beating Paddy Pimblett. I'm telling you, bro, this, and I'm telling you, Justin is gonna win. Everyone's been
I
saying this man. I'm telling you, bro, he
You're
got it.
going for the underdog,
What you
huh?
saying? What you saying?
Going for the underdog. I
I'm
like
just
this.
saying,
I like this.
this
Good for
man
the
is gonna
challenge.
do a rolling finger and knock him out. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Look, KG
Uh,
has the experience to pull off an upset.
yes.
I'm not gonna deny that. I'm not gonna say this is gonna be a clean sweep. Ilya is gonna mop him out. Nah. Ilya, man, got knocked down a few years ago by a high-level kickboxer because Ilya, with his style, man, he likes to do a lot of head movement, man. Like the normal boxing head movement, pivoting in and out, slipping, ducking. But the thing is, in MMA, you can't do too much of that because you're susceptible to a kick. You see,
Yes.
in the world of boxing, it's easier because you're going up against these two elements. Man. Now
Mhm.
Ilya fought someone like that a few years ago and he got knocked down. He ended up knocking that person out, but he got knocked down with a side kick that he didn't see coming. So now if KG can catch him with one of those, because KG knocked out Dustin Poirier for the BMF bout with a side kick similar to the kick that knocked down Ilya. If he can catch Ilya with one of those kicks, yeah,
Mhm.
he has a chance. He really has a chance. But because of how fast, how accurate, how powerful, and how smart Ilya's striking and boxing is, I don't see him lasting the end of the second round. Maybe he lost the first round because of his experience, but Justin Cagey doesn't have good defense in terms of boxing. He's got good blocks, but he doesn't have slips or under the cover ducks in terms of coming from the hook. He doesn't have that basic fundamental of boxing. Ilya,
Yeah.
man, his footwork's more aggressive than Justin. So going forward, he's gonna outstrike Justin. Yeah.
Yeah.
If just like I call it a second round knockout, if not a first round. If it's a first round knockout, it will be late, like maybe in the dying seconds of the first round. But it,
Yeah. I don't see him winning, but hey, we don't know, man. We don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, I
it's
can see
tough.
it. I can see it.
It's tough.
It's
Like
tough. It's
it's really
really
tough
tough,
because
man.
this man's got serious power, bro. Like he knocked out Max Holloway, who's Max has got a dope chin. Max's chin is elite. Like Max has been hit by a lot of guys, including Justin, and
Yeah.
still, Justin also hits hard. Don't get me wrong, but he's not the same guy he was. And you mentioned the Paddy Pimblett fight. Paddy's not Ilya. That's the thing. Paddy is
That's
striking
amazing.
and boxing is not like Ilya Tapouria's boxing. So, yo, bro, if it goes past the second round,
Yeah.
I'll text you and say, okay, listen, I think your boy's cooking. Because if he can take him further and win by decision, just surviving the
Yeah.
rounds, just surviving. His game plan needs to not stay in the pocket. Do not stay in the pocket of this fella. Don't.
No,
Just
no, no,
don't.
no, no, no.
Because one thing I saw from the face off, Justin is taller than Ilya, so he's got to stay on the outside.
Mhm.
And if he comes in the inside, man, he's got to clinch him and hit him with a knee. That's what he's got to do because that's what Max was doing very well before he got caught. Max is the first person to drag Ilya out to the third round, fourth round. You see, because he understood the distance management. Stay far away from him as possible because you got longer reach. And as soon as you come in the clinch, hit him with a knee or with an elbow. But the problem is he stayed too long in the clinch. And Ilya caught that and then he caught him for hook. Just the timing.
Mm.
Ilya's timing. That's the thing. It's the timing, bro, more than the power. His timing
Yeah.
is is is
Timing.
is the is the main issue. And Justin, I don't think Justin is, let's say, I don't think he's intelligent enough. I don't think he's smart enough to pick up that time. He's a very fast pace. Like he starts the fight very rash. Like he drills someone. He drills you same time, Justin. And in over the years, he has got caught with that.
Mhm.
Now, against someone with Ilya, I don't think he'll be doing that. I think he'll be more cautious. That's if his team can see what we're seeing, you know. That's it.
Mhm.
But yeah, man.
I see it. I see it. Nah,
Yeah.
we'll see, man. If he gets past the second round, I'll be like, damn, well, we don't know, man. We don't know. But yeah, man, that's good. That's good.
But yeah, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting. In terms of boxing, I'm really looking forward to, Floyd and Pacquiao in September. That's really all I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, man. And yeah, bro, like, hey, that's the show. Hey, if there's anything else you want to mention, now is the time, bro.
Nah. This was a very good. This was a very good episode. Nice.
Yeah, yeah. I know it was a bit shaky because of my Wi-Fi. I apologize for that, but hey, we still finished it.
No.
That's what matters.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this was a good one. This was a good one. Very good topic. So we're
Yeah,
up.
we up, baby. I'm
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna have to let you know in terms of bringing a third party for future episodes. I gotta see if
Yes.
YouTube allows that. I think they
Oh,
do, but I
yeah.
might have to use a streaming platform like StreamYard. But I'll let you know. I'll communicate with you in terms of that. But I've been
That's good.
talking to a lot of fighters. They're
Oh,
down.
nice.
They like the idea.
Hmm.
So it's definitely a plan in the future if it opens up to us. But so far, with how we're doing with the thumbnails and the topics and like the communication, if we just keep it like that, we can do this forever, bro.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. Just to spice
Yeah,
things up, but yeah, big things are coming, man. Big things are coming.
bro, bro. Like I see us like as those pundits, those pundits that's just in their
Hundreds.
suits, wearing shorts
You know,
behind underneath
we
the
need
desk,
suits. We need the
just
suits,
talking, just
man. We
talking,
need the
just
suits.
talking combat and guys brawling it out, bro. Me, I love these conversations, man.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah.
Nah, but
Ah,
anyway, people, like and subscribe to the channel. This has been another episode of Ringside Boxing Talk. Subscribe to Infinite Studios 952. If you haven't subscribed to the best anime channel in YouTube, you're missing out. Subscribe to the
we
boys'
do it
channel.
all here. We do it all here.
We do it
Uh,
all, baby. We do it all.
yes, sir.
Multi-talented fighters who are artists, who can draw, who can make a podcast. Listen, what else do you need, man? What
Why
else do
won't
you
you
need?
do that? That's what I'm saying, man. But yeah, I appreciate you having me today. And yeah, we'll be back at it next week.
Yes, sir. Blessings and blessings, people. Peace out.
Peace.